Hi, everybody. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Hello, hello. Hello, Miss Haley.
Now you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am going to get us started. You know, I set up the link and I was on the wrong link. It's like I went to the wrong restaurant to meet the people and the people weren't there. So I had to drive to the different restaurant. I was like, where is everybody? Well, happy Thursday, everybody. Happy March 29th. And thank you, everybody, for joining us and spending time tonight with us to learn more about the Prüvit Business opportunity. And we're just so excited to come together as a community. So there's a lot of us Prüvit promoters here on our Evolve team and share, and we've got a lot of people who are interested. So a lot of our customers are here and a lot of just people who are interested in more about how this works. And so I give you all the kudos to educating yourself on what this is all about, because that's what this is about, guys. It's about you educating and informing yourself to see if this is something that you want to be a part of. And so despite my son throwing up and my dogs, having their way in the laundry room today, here I am, mompreneuring it. I got my hat on, because that's what us moms do here at home after kids throw up. And I got my dad with my son, and we're good to go. So we're excited to share with you guys kind of what we love about Prüvit. What are ketones? How do they work? How can you make an impact while making an income? How do we operate, right? Like what's a day in the life of? I think that's a really great question. I get asked that a lot. And so we're going to share that with you guys tonight. Like, what would you be doing? How do you build this business, right? Especially for those who work part-time or full-time, or maybe who have careers that you love your career, or maybe you have like a ton of kids. I just had someone get started today. Her name is Shelly. She has 6 kids, right? How do you do that kind of thing? Yes, it is recording. And it automatically records. That's something that I have put into play now. And so we're also going to talk about like how to get started, like best ways to get started and all the fun ways to build this business. We've got some awesome guest speakers on tonight. They're going to share their story, starting out as customers, because that's how we all start, you guys. Every single one of us start out as customers. And then how, what their experience was, before ketones, after ketones, and what made them decide to want to pursue Prüvit and this community and really championing the ketones conversation. So I'd like to first start off by introducing myself. My name is Shelly Hobbs, and I literally feel so privileged every single day. Like, even when I start to talk about it, it makes me want to cry, because I am so filled and overfilled with joy that I get to work with all of these awesome, amazing people. We have a few hundred people on our team. I feel so blessed that I can be a part of their journey and they can be a part of mine. That's how we see each other in this community, in this team. We are all equals, and we all bring amazing experience and life to our community to really empower and evolve ourselves. So one day, after I got started as a promoter, I was like, you know what? This word evolve kept just swimming in my brain and swimming just in my vibrations. I was like, you know what? We don't really have team names here, but I've got to name our team name like Evolve, because as human beings, we're meant to evolve, right? We have certain experiences and they are meant to be there for us. And then we're meant to evolve and grow and do new things that challenge us in new ways to do what I love to call, which I got from my son who used to watch Ninjago. So any parents of kids out there who used to watch Ninjago, right? What I always used to love hearing was they always talked about reaching your full potential. And that's what we're doing here in Prüvit. We're reaching our full potential through the power of ketones. It is absolutely amazing. By the way, I have music on in the background. Let me know if that's okay. It's country music. Are there any country music lovers in here? Okay, I was listening to like pop dance music last week, and this week it's country music, because that's what you got to do when you work at home. You gotta keep the noise in the background. So I love country music. Anyways, so long story short, just really quickly about me. I've been with Prüvit for 7 months now. And I've actually been, I started in corporate America. I worked in corporate America for 13 years, got laid off 4 times. The 4th time I had a 1-year-old and was pregnant with my 2nd child. And I considered that my key to freedom. I was like, you know what? I'm so tired of working 60-hour weeks and both my kids in childcare. I'm like, there's got to be a better way. Have you ever said that to yourself? Like, there's got to be a better way. And that's what I kept saying to myself. I was paying $1,800 a month in childcare, but even more, like I wasn't seeing my kids all day long and they were babies. And so you got to do what you got to do, right? But I always knew there had to be a better way, but I didn't really know what there was. And I had dabbled in home business for a long time and never really done too much, never really had a mentor, never really had a business blueprint, never really felt connected to a product, if you know what I'm saying, where it was life-changing for me and it just led me. I came across a previous business about 4 years ago, fell in love with it, and had a very successful business built on social media because I really don't get out much. So I was like, I started out with 173 Facebook friends, and just really, that's where I created my own wellness journey there. Fell in love with it, and then just kind of one thing led to another. Prüvit just kept showing itself. Have you guys ever had that experience where just the signs, they keep coming to you? They just kept showing up in one way or another. I had a friend trying it, or I would see someone on Facebook or see a YouTube video, and they just kept coming my way, this Prüvit thing. And for me, I was very well on my wellness journey. I didn't start working out and taking care of myself until 40. I am 44 now. I live in Arizona. I have an 8 and a 10-year-old. But kind of just our hormones change as we age, you know, both men and women. And so I went to a naturopath, and she kind of turned me on to the ketogenic diet, high healthy fats, and wanted me to change some things up there. Then Prüvit started showing itself my way, and I was like, you know, okay, fine. I'm going to try this crazy pink drink that I really didn't know about, and I thought I'm just going to try it because if it could give me that brain clarity and focus, I'll be all for it. Like, that's what I really needed, brain clarity and focus. And I was taking naps every day, you guys. It was insane. And like I was taking a nap every day at 1 o'clock and sometimes at 10:30. And that's fine, but it kind of, you know, it takes time to take naps and it takes time away from your day. And so I had my first, I got a 5-day experience pack. I had my first ketones, and it lit up my brain. It lit up my body. It was like zzz, like if I could like a lightning bolt, you know. I was just like, wow, I feel alert. And it wasn't crazy, like jittery energy. It was awesome, mellow energy. And I didn't take a nap, and I vacuumed the whole house, and I folded, and I put away the laundry, and I worked, and I was happy. And so I was so productive in one day. I probably did more in one day than I did in the whole week. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. So I had the rest of my 5-day experience, and then I ran out. And then I was like, whoa, that's how I really knew. That's why I always say there's 2 bad things about ketones: knowing you're going to run out and actually running out. That's how you kind of really know, like, whoa, it's really made an impact in me. Because it's subtle. It's a subtle impact, but it makes a massive impact. So nonetheless, I got another 5-day pack, and then I got another 5-day pack, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just need to become a SmartShip customer and save 22% off at this point in time. Then I started doing my research, and for me, it was like an aha moment from a business perspective, from an entrepreneur perspective of, I want to be an at-home mom. I want to be a business mom. I want to earn 6 figures a year. I want to have a lifestyle of freedom and abundance and possibility. I want to call the shots in my daily schedule and in my life, right? So I saw this business opportunity. I was like, whoa, like nobody's doing this. There's zero competition. This is that product that can help everybody. Nobody's discounted. And this is that product that can give people a jump start. Because I was in a wellness business before this, a fitness business. And there was a lot of times when people just kind of couldn't fit themselves into doing a workout and eating from a meal plan and like doing those hard things. They weren't ready yet. They needed a jump start. So I was always like wondering, like, how can I find this connection between the two to help all these other people? And when I had my first week of ketones, that's when the light bulb went off, and I was like, this is it. This is that thing. Because here's what ketones do, guys. If you haven't seen the campfire video, ask the person who invited you here. We call it the campfire video because it talks about a campfire and how ketones kind of stoke the fire in your body. But essentially, ketones are going to give you fast and sustained energy, better mood, better sleep, muscle preservation, strength gain, fat loss, appetite suppression. What am I missing here, friends? Pretty good rolling it off the top of my head. I think I missed one. Fast and sustained energy, reduce brain fog, and increase brain clarity and focus, and better digestion. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. That was pretty good, right? I did the whole thing off the side of the box, guys. Off the side of the box. And so what's cool is like when people are coming to us and they're like, gosh, Shelly, I really want fat loss. I'm like, awesome. You're going to get that. And in the meantime, you're going to get all these other amazing things and your life is going to be amazing every day. But you'll be surprised that when you ask people, hey, you know, what would you love to experience more of on the side of the box? People have all different answers. You know why? Because people are in different places in their life. They have all different pain points. Yes. Thank you, Justine. Clearer skin. I love that. Yes. That's another benefit. And so I saw this product as the game changer for everybody and everybody's life. Womb to tomb, our children can use it. My 82-year-old father-in-law uses it. Pregnant and nursing women use it. And everyone can use it to level up their life or take them where they want to go or maximize their athletic ability and what they're doing. And people just live better with ketones in their life. And so it's fun, you know, like everybody's in a great mood here all the time. And it's an amazing business, an amazing community. So what I want to do first is I shared a bit of my story there from a ketones experience perspective, because if you don't fall in love with the product for yourself, you're not going to know how you're going to be able to make that amazing positive impact with tons of people on a daily basis, right? And so that's why we always encourage people, hey, let's get you started with some ketones, take them for a test drive, and then we'll start talking business stuff. And so from a business perspective, I mean, quite honestly, where I was before, I left a 6-figure income from my previous business. So I had to come over here and be able to make that up. So that was good for me, and I've been able to do that. But what's even more important is the hundreds of promoters that we have in our community here on this call on our team. There are dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens, from those who have never done a business like this before, to those who have done a business like this before, to those who are in between, who are just like, hey, I'm an at-home mom who I want to do something different, or I'm a chiropractor and I want to give additional value to my clients, or I'm a corporate executive and I really need a community to connect to, and this product has changed my life. So we have so many people in between who are thriving and having so much business-related financial success here. It is off the charts. I've literally never been part of a business where people have had so much success. And for me, as a business mentor and a business leader, and for others on here as well who are business mentors and business leaders, that's what's prime. If you're not having success, then no one else is too, right? And so we have really easy ways, I want to say simple and duplicatable ways to have success, to have fun, to keep it simple, and be able to work this into the pockets of your life, whether you work or whether you're like, you know what, I am going all in and I'm going to, spend 5-6 hours a day on this. So we've definitely got a way, and we'll talk more about all those ways of how to get started. I call it sort of good, better, best. And first, I just want to really kick it off with some of our amazing promoters that we have on tonight. And they all started as customers, you guys. And this is what's so cool. Like, people start as customers. Am I like really excited? I've had my ketones already a few hours today. But this is what's cool is people get started with ketones and they fall in love with it so much. And they're like, oh my gosh, how do I become a part of this? This is so much fun. Like, people are asking me why I have so much energy, or why I'm so happy, or why I've, changed my body composition and my pants don't fit anymore. So we're going to hear some really fun stories tonight, and then we'll go into some business related details, and then we'll go from there. So I first want to introduce our promoters, Chris and Danny Webb. They live in Lake Havasu, Arizona, which is awesome because they're just a few hours north of me. And I would like to have them I'd love to have you guys like share your experience. Like, what's your lifestyle like? What was your life like before ketones? What was your experience with ketones? Maybe share with us some really cool stories of how you've been able to have a really fun, positive impact in people's lives, and kind of what turned you on to wanting to become a Prüvit promoter, and what's been your business success this far. So I'll let you guys kind of take it from here. I'm going to spotlight your video.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Oh,
hey.
Boom, just like that.
Hey.
Just like that.
There you are.
Where's my selfie light?
The sun.
You have the sunlight on you. It's beautiful.
The best selfie light ever. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Do you want to?
You can start.
You know, I think we both kind of came from different places, because she saw she saw Prüvit before I did, just online. It's kind of like what you were saying. Just kind of came across, Facebook, and same thing happened for me. Came across social media, but I knew nothing of like ketones and ketosis or anything like that. So when Danny brought it up, me being the guy that I am, I'm just like, oh yeah, I don't know what that stuff is, And we kind of actually blew it off, because it kind of seemed like a quick fix type thing. That's kind of what I thought.
Maybe that's what you thought. I was all stoked on it because in our previous business, I recognized right away, because I saw the campfire video, because I was stalking someone on Facebook, and she kept talking about drinking ketones, and I'm like, what the heck are ketones? So I Google searched it, and it came up, the video, campfire video came up, so I watched it, and I ran out, and I'm like, babe, do you know what ketones and ketosis is?
No.
So I told him the whole video, and I'm like, and this is what happened when you were in like week 4 of P90X, and you melted, and you look like you were all sunken in. That's what happened. And he was like, yeah, okay, and kind of dismissed it. But that's it. And then a couple months later,
So then it just kept coming back up in our news feed and things like that. And then when I brought the video over to Danny, I remember she was like, yeah, this is what I was talking about. And then I felt like a dumbass, of course. And then that's happened a few times in our lives, actually. But anyway, so we started researching. We were at a point in our lives, actually, at this point, with our previous business, like Shelly was talking about, it was really hard. I mean, we've been on a health and wellness journey for a little over 5 years now. And we've kind of made it our mission to try to help people, kind of achieve some of the things that we've achieved, and just inspire people to be better and things like that. Sure. And in our previous business, it got harder and harder and harder for, like what Shelly was saying, to fit in that little circle of willing to push play every day, willing to follow a meal plan, willing to. And that group of people shrunk and shrunk and shrunk. And we got to a point where it was like, what are we even doing? So when this came across, we started researching and just got more exciting and more exciting, because we found, again, just like Shelly was saying, that we could help just this huge spectrum of people to get what Danny calls that missing link. I mean, that's kind of like what people wanted to work out. They wanted to eat better. They wanted to have more energy. They wanted all that stuff, but they didn't want to put 60, 90, 6 months into doing that before they felt better. And I get that. Hard work, you can't exclude hard work. You have to put in hard work,
sure.
For health and wellness. But that missing link of that fire under your butt to get you going and to make you feel better, to motivate you to want to do something more, this is what we researched. This was it. Yeah. And then the last step was to try it.
Oh my gosh.
So it's funny, because we talked to Shelly, we got on a Zoom call, we talked to Shelly. We were like, wow, this seems really great. We saw some of the business opportunity because it was kind of similar to what we were doing already. And so the next step was to try it. So we ordered a 10-day and we split it. Day one, we were lit up like Christmas trees.
We were. Let me preface something really quick. We own an OCR training facility here in
obstacle
town.
Course racing.
So yeah, for those of you that don't know what it's, OCR is obstacle course racing, like Spartan, terrain racing, mud, tough mudders, and stuff like that. In the morning, I teach Insanity Live, and I do that 4 days a week. So we had gotten our 5-day, and Chris and I were like, okay, here goes nothing. We drank it. I went and taught class. I didn't do my pre-workout that morning. Chris had his before class. Oh my gosh. And we finished, we get in the car, we're driving home, and I look over at him and I'm like, all right, is this really happening? Like, are you serious? This is really happening? did you take the white pill or the blue pill? Because, you know, you think, is it all in your head, or, you know, because you've built it up to so much, or is this really happening? So we videoed our entire 5-day experience, exactly what we were feeling from day one.
We interviewed ourselves.
We went on video and put everything out there. But from day one, we immediately felt a difference. I mean, I push, and the training that I do is pretty extreme. And to be able to push even harder, like, because not only do I teach the class, I work out with them. So, and I'm yelling, you know, I have class of like 25 people. So it's a big class, you know, and the music is really loud. So I have to exert a lot of energy while I'm working out and showing them the moves. But the amount of energy that I had behind my workout, by no means is it a pre-workout. You know, I'm not saying that by any means, but the amount of energy that I had, when I finished working out, normally with my old pre-workout, you know, you'd taper down and kind of crash out about half an hour after your workout. And this never happened. And then I run 7 restaurants for my day job. And usually about 1:30, 2 o'clock is when I feel my dip, because I get up at 3:15 every morning. So I have that dip, and then I get my second wind, and I'm okay until about 7:30, go to bed at 8. Well, that never happened, like day one. So right out of the chute, we were both like, energy levels were up here. Everything was awesome. Day 2, it happened. Day 3, we're like, okay, we're going to run out. We need to order more. So that's when we jumped on and just started the second step of our journey. But to take it even farther, I was sick, like really, really sick. This is like the one testimony that I can do to drinking ketones. We were about, what would you say, 2 weeks in? Roughly 2 weeks in. And we had another Spartan that we were running up in Vegas. And we run competitive and elite heats. So we had done a competitive heat with, I think there was like a group of 10 of us. So we all take off together and we finished at our own pace. And I was so sick that for the first time in over a decade, I had to go to the doctor and get a shot of steroids. And I was on antibiotics because I had a double ear infection and a severe sinus infection. So I was running 3 days into steroids and antibiotics, and had probably one of my best races in 3 years, racing Spartan. And I was sick as a dog, and I drank my ketones before I ran, and I just felt amazing running. So the athletic side of this is completely awesome. This is like our missing link that really, really sings to us, is like that level up on your performance. You know, it's not just for getting through the day and getting through your hump and appetite suppression and all that. That's an awesome bonus for us to be able to push it to the next level and to be able to train harder. He's 46, I'm 44. So for us to be able to do this and just keep going and just keep getting better, that's really what like clinched it for us. I think he had the same experience with his race.
Definitely in it. We were definitely looking at this from a performance mindset going into it. And the crazy thing is the benefits that came along with that. I mean, the performance aspect was there. I mean, we killed our races, or killed that race. We have another one coming up, but we've been killing our workouts. Everything's been great as far as that goes. But then the sleep, incredible. the better mood, the lower anxiety, all of these other benefits that I wasn't even really thinking I was looking for, were such a huge benefit that it like surpassed the performance for me, at least. I was just like, I was blown away.
Yeah.
So we don't take up too much time. I know there's other people going to talk, but it's like, so transferring into like the business side of it, we saw that this is huge. And Shelly talked about having no competition. And I see that. I mean, everyone's, well, I'm not even going to that, but the lack of competition is so golden because ketones are so popular right now. Because we're talking about it.
Right. Social
media, you're talking about it. You open your mouth, people start asking you questions. And that's what we did. We opened our mouth, people started asking us questions. And it was like, okay, we really have no choice but to, no, we didn't have a choice, but it would have been really silly to leave a bunch of money on the table and not just sign up as a promoter and run the business. It's so simple. Shelly actually put together a very step-by-step business launch plan, and Prüvit has a simple plan, and the amount of
support,
from the community, and the level of success at such a rapid pace is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's
it's
crazy.
Absolutely mind-blowing. And so now it's like fueled our fire even more, because at first you might be a little bit nervous, like, this is really cool, I'm not really sure about the business, and then all of a sudden a few weeks go by and you're like, holy shit, holy crap, you got to see this business. I mean, if you have any drop of entrepreneurial blood in your body, you got to see this.
Yeah.
And because it's all customer based. You're not selling a business. It's like, try this and
tell me how you feel.
Your world's going to change.
Yeah. Shake it up, drink it, and I'll talk to you in a few hours. I had to do that with my own boss, the biggest skeptic ever. He was like, no way, I'm not paying that much money for this. I was on ketones before. I'm like, what were they? And he said, I don't know, it was some pill. And I'm like, babe, can you bring me a 5-day?
Yeah, and we get to do this together, so that's super cool.
Yeah.
That's a real good bonus. And so let me just say that, and then we'll finish out here. Where we were at before was cool. Prüvit is badass, and I can say that from a guy's point of view, because guys need to see this happening. The performance level over here with Prüvit is amazing. It's not some little foo-foo fluffy drink, even though the colors are very pretty. I get that, but it's not. And guys are definitely benefiting from these ketones.
Yeah.
And I got a ton already that I'm working with, and it's just so cool to have that side of it. As far as from a guy's point of view, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Because it's really
you get excited about something and you become very contagious, extremely contagious. People are like, what are you doing? How do I get these things? You know? So, and just open your mouth. Mm-hmm. Just open your mouth, put it on your story, put it on your Instagram, you know, and people want to know what you're doing, you know?
Okay.
It's fun.
We'll wrap it up.
It's so awesome. And it's really awesome to hear, how you tell this story from an athletic performance perspective. I really love that, because like we talk, I mean, you guys work with plenty of people also who just need a jump start in life, who just need to be able to come home from work and not crash on the couch. You see them not crashing on the couch. You see them doing a little bit more in life. And then maybe they're going to start showing up at your gym. You know, they just start doing, maybe they vacuum the whole house and fold and put away all the laundry like I did. All of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like a rock star today. This is amazing. Right. And then you just start doing more, all the way to the athletic ability of what you guys can do with the power of ketones. So I love that so much. I love that you hit on the point of men. I think this is a really great a great thing to talk about, you guys, especially among our team. I will tell you that I very much was very strategic in who I decided to align myself with for the power of all of us. That's why when I saw Prüvit, I have chills saying this. I've been in so many businesses, guys, and I've had no success to a little success to a whole lot of success to massive success now. And here's what I knew when I saw Prüvit. I was like, I knew all of the things. I knew everything was in alignment perfectly here from a product and a community and where we're going, future perspective. But I also knew that this was a product for men and women. And I also knew that it was very important. It's so important who you align yourself with. It truly is, because you could basically be delivered a business in a box, which is what I like to say that we deliver to you when you get started. You have all of the resources and tools, and I'm not just from Prüvit, but from us, from our team. And that's just kind of how I operate. If someone asks me a question more than 3 times, I'm creating a document or a process for it, right? So I can create it and hand it off to everybody. And we collectively do those things as a team. But what I'm saying here is we're aligned with a keto coach, so like with a 7-year professional keto coach. That's huge. Why? I'm not a keto coach. I'm not a keto expert. I'll eat keto a few days. I'll eat chips and guacamole other days. You know, I mean, you don't have to eat any certain way here, but we can show you how to do that. And so you're going to have people who are interested in the ketogenic lifestyle diet, as well as pairing it with ketones. You don't have to be the expert. We've got Raj to help you do that. We've got Steve and Stephanie Milkey, who are founding promoters. They helped to launch the business. Same with Michael Rutherford and Michael Beal. They've been here since the beginning. So, and what also that presents is you've got a variety of men and women, right? From a leadership and a mentorship perspective. So that helps to bring in awesome dudes like Chris, right? Paired with awesome chicks like Danny. It helps to bring in, if we were just, I'm just hear me out here. If this was just all women, perhaps Chris may not have been as inclined to be like, you know what? I'd like to connect with some dudes. Okay, so that's what's really cool about our team is we've got dudes, we've got chicks, we're all awesome, and you've got everyone in between. We've got corporate professionals, we've got chiropractors, we've got fitness professionals, we've got stay-at-home moms who like rock it out with like 4 to 6 kids, 2 kids, right? And so we've got everyone in between. So it's really cool that you can always find someone to do what we call match the hat. There's always someone to connect with that can have a similar story or situation for someone that you're bringing who's interested. So love that, guys. Love that so much. And you guys are crushing it. So I think you're maybe 30 days in the business. Something like maybe 30 days. They're totally crushing it. They're rank 4. They rocked out their Go Challenge in like the blink of an eye. And the thing is, and they're leading our entire team with like the most customer enrollments. Like, it's like my eyeballs are like, they're like spinning like a slot machine. I'm like, whoa, you guys, this is like crazy town. I can't even keep up with you. This is awesome. But you know what is cool? They're making an impact with all these people. They're changing their life every day with the power of a packet of ketones. Here's my box anyways, right? That's what they're doing. You get this into people's bodies and their brain, this does the rest. So that's what's so cool. So I congratulate you guys on all the success that you're having and just all the value that you bring to our team. I love it when you do Facebook Lives in our team and you bring forth the value there, and the way you guys have fun with social media, that's really awesome too. So I just want to thank you for sharing your story so much, and just it's really an incredible blessing to have you as part of our community. So thank you. Thank you, guys. I want to bring on Christina Yeager.
How do I do that?
Hi,
hello.
Christina. Hi, I'm going to spotlight you.
Oh, fantastic. I'm not so good at this whole talking in front of people I don't know.
You can just pretend like you're talking to me.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. I think I can do that.
So Christina and her team are absolutely just blowing it out of the water. They're having so much fun, so much success, and they're doing it in a really fun way as well. So Christina, if you could kind of share, how you got started with ketones, like life before and life after ketones, what put that light bulb in your brain of, I have to be a part of this? And then give us a few examples of how you and your team have been building your business.
Okay, absolutely. I have 5 children and I own my own company, so I'm extremely, extremely busy. And after having the first 3 children, I lost a lot of weight by doing not keto, but more of like the Atkins thing back then. So I already knew what ketones was. And one of my girlfriends was on Facebook and she did a live video. And it's really sad, but it was the first time I ever saw somebody on video on Facebook. So I just watched it. And then all of a sudden I hear ketones and my eyes just perk up, because I thought I'm going to go ahead and just do Atkins again and lose this baby weight. And this all happened because my husband was complaining to me that he was at 200 pounds. And I kind of did the math and realized I was a small child away from him. And that was like eye-awakening for me. So I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to do this. Well, I was on it for about 7 to 10 days. I felt like crap. I didn't lose any weight. I was getting depressed. I was getting frustrated. And then all of a sudden, as you were saying, Prüvit just shows up. I hear ketones and I immediately just call her and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you taking? Just drop it off. And she's like, well, I don't have it. I'm waiting for it. You're on the wait list. I'm like, all right. So finally it comes in. 3 days in, I called her and said, sign me up. And she's like, oh, you're ready to order your box? And I'm like, nope, sign me up. I'm going to share this because it is awesome. And she's like, really? She just started. She had no idea. Like, we were all just doing this together. And it was by far the coolest thing to be a part of this community. It is so fun. It is so exciting. It's not a sales job for me. And I think that's why we're so successful with what we're doing, because I'm not out there selling it. Like, I truly, with every part of me am passionate. I know it works. I've seen it work. I'm down 40 pounds. I never wanted to show my before and after picture because I was so embarrassed of it. But I had 4 promoters underneath me, and I did it for them because they needed that piece to show. And it wasn't about me at that point. It was about them and the community and everything we have. So I did the same thing Shelly did and kind of aligned myself. I definitely aligned myself with the best people. People that, I mean, Joy is probably one of the biggest inspirations. She's on my team. And she says it best. Like, I can go to work in a corporate job and women are just knocking each other down or, you know, whatever I need to do to look better. Where in this community, you don't get that. You get people who are joining together and helping each other and wanting them to succeed and, you know, tagging each other in posts and not being concerned with, oh no, who's going to get somebody in this area? And that's how it's fun for us. We joke around, we laugh, you know, we talk about poop with people we don't even know. Like, it is just such a sense of relief for me to kind of to forget about everything else that's going on and help people. You know, I had the other day somebody reach out to me and say, I got to give up. I'm going to give up. I have to give up because I can't do this. It's not working. And I was able to say, nope. Well, my exact words were, don't you effing dare. My next set of words were, I'm going to help you through this. And we set up a plan for her, a meal plan. She sends me her macros every day. She's following the keto diet. I'm helping her. We're working through it. And it's been, I think, 3 days since she's done it. And she texted me after not losing any weight and said, I'm down 4 pounds. I mean, tears are flowing through my eyes because that's what this is about. It's really about helping people and seeing the results. So when I get the I lost 20 pounds, I'm down 20 pounds, or forget the weight, you know, even I can get up and play with my kids. It snowed here and I went outside and played with my children. Ask my kids. I never go outside and play with the kids. I'm from Florida and I live in Pennsylvania. I don't like snow. Don't do well in it. But I wanted to do it. I used to be a runner back in school and I didn't run for years, 20 years. And I went to Disney and I ran a 10K. And I swear to you, it had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with the princesses. It was Midnight Amped that got me through that thing. And I did it in record time, which is crazy. And then my husband now, even he was such a skeptic in the beginning. And now it's so cool for me to come home and him be so excited because he planned these really cool keto meals and he's doing it with me. Or him to come home and say, what's that flavor? I'm sharing this with somebody at work. It's not just about you and it's not just about your warm market. You can reach people so quickly by just being passionate, sharing your story, and just being sincere with them. And I can't thank Amy enough for bringing me into the community, and I can't thank my team enough. I mean, honest to God, we're on that phone messaging whenever we can, and it's fantastic. I can't say enough great things about it. And if people are so worried about, I don't have that many friends, or I don't have family around here. I have no family near me. My mom and my dad have already passed. All my family's in Florida, but I'm not reaching just my immediate friends and family. I'm reaching people. Alyssa, who's on my team, she found me on Instagram. Like, you just find people who watch you and believe in you and admire what you're doing, and they want to learn it as well. So
show me this real quick, Christina. Give me like 3 ways that you kicked off your business in your first 30 days.
In my first 30 days, honestly, the biggest thing that helped me was I lost 20 pounds in the first 30 days. So I was able to share that visual picture. In the first 30 days, I went to Orange Theory a few times. Anytime I go anywhere, and this is the best tip I can tell you, even though the Maui Punch is not my favorite, I love it, but it's not my favorite. If I'm going anywhere, I have that in my shaker bottle with me because everywhere I go, people ask me. I picked up 2 clients by going to Pier 1 and I was shopping and they asked me what was in my drink and I told them about the weight loss and gave them the campfire video. That would be the number 1 thing other than my weight loss that helped.
So what would you say to people who don't have any weight to lose or who have weight to lose and they just want to get started, but they don't want to have to wait for the weight loss?
So good question. And actually Joy and I work really, really well with that. When I say we work together, we really do. I'm more of the weight loss, keto type person, where Joy has a great story of she was in a car accident. She had inflammation all through her body. She woke up every day in pain. And after being on this and following my journey for about 3 to 4 weeks, she woke up one day and said, I'm no longer in pain, and called me. And that, I have goosebumps. Like I do. I when I hear that story, it really touches me. And that's what I tell everybody. It's not just about that. For the people that are doing not weight loss, but they're working out, we have bodybuilders that are on our team, and they use it for the energy. I tell the moms who are like, oh, I'm so tired. I got to get the kids off the bus. I'm going to go home and take a nap. Okay, just try this. Just try this drink, because the first time I did it, I went home and I cleaned my closet, and I cleaned my husband's closet. I cleaned my kids' closet, and I did laundry. So the energy, I mean, I definitely can talk about all of it. But having the different hats that you talked about earlier is a huge part of the company.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. And I ask that because we do come across people who are like, oh my gosh, like they think this is just weight loss and I have to lose weight in order to do this, to have a story, where like you don't have to, right? Like, guess what? Even though you don't know Christina, you could use Christina's story. You know why? Because we have her story and her photo in our team photo album, because she's gracious enough to let us all use it. I use her story all the time because I didn't really have a weight loss story. You know what I mean? I'll use Danny and Chris's story from an athletic performance perspective, because I just work out here in my little old office until I'm going to do my first Spartan with them, by the way. I'm saying that publicly right now. I'm saying it publicly. And, you know, so it's really cool that, and that you don't have to have or be or look or experience what you think other people are experiencing, because you have your own story the moment you start using ketones. And like what Chris said, I love what he said, is there's a lot of things on the box that you realize you don't really, you said this a different way, but you didn't really know that you needed until you got it, you know, like better sleep, better digestion, better mood, things like that, appetite suppression. All of a sudden you're like, those are awesome bonuses. I didn't really know I needed those, but I'll take those every day. And so tell me a little bit, like you guys have done quite a few keto mixers.
Yes.
So tell us about that, because that's another way, you guys who are watching, social media is awesome. It's a great way to reach out to everyone that I've met on my team here. You guys has been through social media. That's just me. We do hold a keto mixer once a month here in Arizona, but some people do it a few times per week. Some people do it 3-4 times a week to build their business like that, right? And so Christine and her team have done a lot of keto mixers. So maybe just tell us really quickly about how that has been beneficial to you and your team, and helping your team grow their team and customer base.
Yes, absolutely. We invite, I would think our average keto mixer in our homes, if we just do it in our house, is 15 to 20 people that come. And it is great because we get everybody in the room together. So not only does it help us because we're not answering 15 to 20 people the same exact, answers, but we're able to get in there. We're able to show them that we're not selling them something over Messenger. They can truly see what we do. And Joy and I, again, we just work so well together. She tells her side, I share my side. She eats carrots, I don't eat carrots, but we can share with them what we do for a couple things. We can share with them what the product can do for you, but also what we can do for them when they come on as our customers. And we really do use Facebook constantly. I mean, Joy has her Finding Keto Joy. I have the Prüvit Insiders. We have everybody in there. We're constantly sharing. We have Carly on our team who does amazing videos, and she's going to teach us because I'm just now getting used to this. My 10-year-old, he helps me once in a while. But aligning yourself and getting the right people with you is just the best thing. And really using the resources above you. But the keto mixers are the best. And I will tell you the one thing that we're focused on now in our area, because in our market, it's us. We don't hear keto we don't hear Prove It anywhere around us. So our goal now is to get out there at the 5K runs, to go into gyms, to set up at WeWorks. You know, we have business meetings and business talks within our community all the time of what we can do to work together to build our community basis.
I love it. I love it so much, Christina. It has been so much fun watching you and your team truly grow your area, truly make such a huge impact. And I've loved watching you guys do it from that very social person-to-person perspective, because even though we, right, are all on the same team, like I don't build my business massively like that. But guess what, guys who are watching, guys and gals, you can. See, that's it's another way for you to build your business. And we have lots of people on our team that do it and do it really well, right? And so if you're like, oh, I don't like social media, okay, well, I do challenge you to step out of your comfort zone a little bit so you can expand your network, and we'll show you how to do it. But if you're like, but I love talking with people, and I am on board with like having people in front of my face, shaking up ketones, making them drink it, and talking about how it can help them, right? If that's for you, then we have people that can help and show you how to do that. So it's been really awesome. So congratulations, Christina, to you and your team. You guys are doing awesome. And I just love the impact that we're making. And I also love that you said like no one else is doing that in your space, right? So wherever you guys are popping in from and watching or watching the recording, I can guarantee you that wherever you are, you're going to be able to be the pioneer in your marketplace to bring ketones to the marketplace, to really, we call it championing the ketones conversation. And how cool is it to be able to be the first, right? You don't want to have mass competition and clutter with your neighbor down the street or 5 other people in your neighborhood. You can be the first to be like, hey, you line up 100 people in a row. What do you know about ketones and ketosis? Probably 98 people are gonna be like, I don't know. What is it, right? And you're like, awesome. You get to tell them what it is. And you don't have to know what it is, because we have really cool resources like the campfire video that does all the talking for you. We've got lots of third-party tools and resources. When people have health-related questions, awesome questions. So glad you asked that. Send them the link to something else or connect them in a Facebook group chat. We do a lot of that through the day. So even people who like work full time and they've got another job, we just tell them, hey, guess what? Add your person into a Facebook group chat with me, and we will help to carry on that conversation for you. How cool is that? You're getting to put people to work for you. And that's why I believe our team is so successful, because we just power it up together. So thank you so much for sharing your story. I really love it. And seriously, like every time I see you virtually on a video, like my eyeballs are just totally like, her ketones are changing your face, your skin.
Oh, my skin is like, I love my skin on ketones.
Incredible. So incredible. And so I can always tell when someone's been using ketones for at least 60 days, the clarity of their skin and their tone is absolutely off the charts phenomenal. Almost looks very like you're like in a high definition movie and have been like highly airbrushed.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Yeah, right. So thank you for spending time with us, Christina, and sharing your story. It's been really awesome. And then the last story I want to bring on is Camila Parker. And Camila is another rock star on our team. I'll let her kind of talk about kind of what her background is, but I will say this, that Camila has a huge Brazilian influence, because that's where she's from, is Brazil. So sometimes I like to preface this. Sometimes people think, gosh, you know, I don't, or I have another language, or I'm from somewhere else. Can I really do this? You know what I mean? You know, even though like we operate in the US, Canada, and Australia, and like Hong Kong, the Greater China area, and we're continuously expanding. But Camila and her team are totally rocking it here. And so Camila, if you could just, you know, maybe take like 5 to 7 minutes and share what was life like before ketones, what's your lifestyle like, your experience after ketones, what turned you on to really wanting to pursue this business, and then a few ways that you build this business that you find that's easy to work into the mom cracks of your day.
All right. Thanks, Shell. So a quick background on me. It's I graduated in integrative nutrition. So all like my background, it's about like nutrition on the holistic side of it. Like I worked with Shelly before in our previous business, and I was really happy with myself, my physical, what I was doing here, but I couldn't duplicate that. I was stuck until a day that Shelly called me and just asked me like for real, like, hey, how are you doing? Are you having fun with that? And I just broke down and I'm like, do you know what? I feel like I'm just doing that for me, because I can press play every day. I can drink a shake every day, but it's not for everybody. Not everybody can do it. My grandma cannot do it. My mom cannot do it. So that whole thing kind of like got really stuck on my mind. So that's when, and I told her, then there's another thing, like I'm super healthy. I'm a health coach. I eat really well. I work out, but I'm exhausted. I have to take a nap every day my kids come home from school. I don't want to do things. I have kind of like to be somebody else, and that's when we talk about trying ketones, and I try ketones, I'd say like just right after her, and in 3 days I felt amazing. And I probably, like most of the people, said, this is not true. It's my head. I'm making that stuff up. That's nothing like that. And I did stop drinking. And then I came back to drink. And then that's when it was like, do you know what? I don't even need to buy a box for me. I want to sign up as a promoter. And it was amazing because I signed up as a promoter. And the only thing I did was like the first time, like I went online and I just said, hey guys, I just need to tell you what I'm doing and how I'm feeling and why I'm moving from one company to another one, because I'm an honest person. And just from that video, I got so many people asking me, it was like, I have seen so much difference on your skin, on your energy, on your mood and everything. And we just didn't know what was and what happened. And I couldn't say it before because I wasn't 100% sure if that was real or if that was my mind or what was it. But as soon as I went live on Facebook and I told people what I was doing, that boom, in one day, I called Shelly crying. It's like, I don't have any samples here right now. Everybody wants it. What do I do? And that was like such a aha moment for me, because I'm like, hey, before I was trying to sell something, because that's what I was doing. I was trying to sell it. And from like the moment that I was like, hey, this is the deal. This is exactly how I was feeling. This is the way I feel right now. Everybody just started coming to me. And my previous business too, I had such a hard time to build a team. I had customers, but they really was just like signing up with me because they wanted me as their holistic coach. And now I think everybody comes to me because they see the real thing. Different than Christina, I built my business 100%, or let's put this like 99% over Facebook, because I'm not from here. I have a huge, ginormous family back in Brazil. So I don't have anybody like from my family that buys anything for me. To be honest, my mother-in-law bought a Reboot last month and that was it. I didn't go to college in the US. I didn't went to high school. So I don't have a background friend. Everything I made, all the followers, the thousands and thousands of followers that I have, it's following simple steps that I learned from being this team, that I learned from Shelly, from Raj, from Stephanie, from Micah Rutherford. And the basic thing that I learned was count on us, because you don't know anything about ketones yet. My first 2 weeks. The only thing you know is that you feel amazing, but people are going to ask you questions that you don't know. So don't do it by yourself. And I saw a huge difference as when I was trying to do by myself and when I brought them to the conversation. First, because it was like a third-party validation. Second was like, they know what the heck they're doing. They've been doing that. I know it sounds crazy, but like, yeah, they've been doing that for like 2 years, but it doesn't seem a long time, but they already answered so many questions. And of course, right now, like after 6 months, I know it's not a lot, but I learned much more and I can help my team. And that's another thing that's been like mind blowing. I stopped, like, I think somebody says like, I don't feel like I'm selling anything, or I don't feel like I message people like, hey, do you want to be part of my team? Hey, look, like, people see it. They see the truth on this. They come to you and say like, hey, I feel the same way you were feeling. I feel the same way your teammate was feeling. I want to be part of you guys. So that was awesome transition. Okay. Like I needed to change. I think change was really good for me. And I didn't change the who I am. I still, like I said, do my workouts at home. The only thing that really changed was, like, I think before, when I was with the other company, I felt guilty doing something else. And nowadays, like, I can go back running my half marathons. I can go to yoga classes. I don't need to just do you know what I mean? Helping my grandma drink ketones, my kids drink ketones. This is amazing. I love that. And being a mom, a stay-home mom, I run this business and I have a vacation home business too. And it's totally doable. And it's doable because we have a team supporting us all the time. Like, if I'm with my kids and I cannot answer somebody, or if I don't know the answer, or I don't have time to do it, Shelly hops in, or Stephanie hops in, or Raj hops in and answer. So it's the whole thing that put us to work really works.
It is. It's so cool. And it brings us all so much closer together, having this working environment, because I will tell you, like, sometimes it gets really lonely working at home just by yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or, and you're it's like, but you're not really working at home by yourself, because we're constantly always in communication, everybody. And so we use Facebook Messenger like all day long, guys. It's like, it's awesome. And I never really used Facebook Messenger like I do today in any of my previous businesses. I mean, I'm using voice message all the time. I'm talking to people, and I'll tell you what, if that sounds scary to you, don't worry about it. I was a little hesitant at first too, but every single day I get people who say, oh my goodness, I love hearing your voice. I see your photos. I see, your family on Facebook, and all of a sudden now I hear your voice. Oh, it's so much more personal. This is great. Right? And they really just take to it. And then you take to each other, and that's anyways how all of us just form this really fun, tight-knit, team supportive environment and community. Really quickly, Camila, can you tell us from a business success perspective, the time frame that you've been working here with Prüvit compared to, say, your previous business, sort of like, what's like a time frame? Like, how long did it take you to do what you're doing here versus compared to what you were doing there? And I like to ask that question because there's a lot of times people say, can I do this? Can I be successful? Or, how long is it going to take me to kind of ramp up and, maybe earn $500 to $1,000 a month, maybe earn $2,300 in my first 30 days, or, can I really do this? So, and just a quick sort of business comparison.
Yeah, no, and this is awesome because I've been working with Shelly for a while. So like me and her, we always like to work like the reverse engineering. And we always say like, hey, how much money do you want to make this year, like this month? And you don't need to work like that. It's just how Shelly and I, as like in a personal level, we do. But hey, I want to make this much money. What should I be doing? And in our previous business, we are always like, okay, let's do this to achieve this much money. And it took me like a year and a half or almost 2 years. And I was like, do you know what? Just doesn't feel like I'm going to achieve. And on my first month at Prüvit, I was like, do you know what? I wanted to achieve that maybe in 6 months. And it took me 1 month to achieve what I tried to achieve in a year and a half with my previous company. It took me 1 month. And of course, I worked, yes, but I did not work full time because I have really little kids. Like I said, I had other business. And it took me 1 month to achieve what I wanted to achieve in a year and a half in my previous business. And then it took me so long to achieve this level of coaching that every month that I didn't achieve on my previous business was so heartbreaking. I was like, am I not good enough for this? What is going on? And here, there's not even 1 month that I didn't achieve something else. And like, when you achieve things, it makes you want to go. We want to do it. And it is totally achievable. If I did, anybody else can do it. Like, I am not like super special. I actually don't know much technology at all. My English is not perfect. But do you know what? If I just do it, I just show it up, because 95% is showing up. And that's what makes this awesome. And because you're feeling so amazing drinking ketones, and you can do so much more, I guarantee your business is going to blow up, because you want to do it. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, no, you get so like, ah, yes, and I'm going to do this and this and this, because that's how ketones work. And I think one thing, people that are in this business, they do so well because they're drinking ketones, because we produce so much more. And like, we think like it's so focused. Do you know when you're sitting in your computer and it's like, okay, I'm gonna get like, what can I do in 1 hour? Oh, on ketones, you can do a whole bunch of stuff in 1 hour, because you're like, boom, you're focused. Like, I never lost, I don't even know what's my weight is. I never thought about losing weight with ketones and everything, but the focus and like the clarity and like just being so productive, it's amazing. It's not just about doing like 5 loads of laundry in one day, but it's about like how much focus you are, because that's what it really matters. If you only have 1 or 2 hours a day to work, you're going to get stuff done when you're in ketones.
I love it, Camila. It's so awesome. I love your story so much. And, you know, my mom loves you, and my mom loves Chris and Danny. My mom follows like everybody on our team. I don't know if my mom knows Christina yet, but she's gonna. My mom's always like, oh, did you see what so-and-so did today on your team? Did you see that Facebook Live that they did? You have to go see it. So she's like my eyeballs out there on social media with the team. Oh, look at your cute kids. See? Oh, they are so cute. That is the cutest photo right now. Everybody smile. I got to take your photo. Hold on. Keep doing it. Keep smiling. I'm taking a screenshot. Aw, love it. Okay. So thank you, Camila, for sharing your story. I love it. I'm going to wrap up here in like for 5 more minutes and just kind of tell people like, what are the next steps? And that was a great story. I hope that you guys enjoyed everybody's stories here. And I really saw such a difference in people who are a part of the same community, different ways that ketones have impacted our lives, our bodies, and our brain, the different ways we get excited about being able to have an impact with the other people that we are going to come into their world, into their space, different ways that we build, right? And so it's just all about the moment you open your mouth about ketones and what you're feeling. And we've got some like coming out or, you know, business launch posts that you can leverage when you get started with us that are going to create that curiosity. Because the moment you start saying, oh my gosh, I had the best sleep last night. I have the most amazing energy and mood. I'm not starving and wanting to take down the pantry like a beast. And by the way, my pants are super loose. Like, this has been the best week of my life. People are going to be like, what are you doing? I want to know how to do that. I want that too, right? And that's what you have to know, that everybody, they want to feel better. They want to feel better. They want to live better. And when you're doing that, you're living life better. Can you imagine, like, today is the only day that we get that is today. I think about this a lot. It's a little deep and profound, but stay with me. Today's the only March 29th, 2018. If you have a stinking day today and you have a stinking day tomorrow, you're never going to get those days back. But what if you had amazing days? You had an amazing day today and you had an amazing night's sleep. And then you have an amazing day tomorrow and you're just productive and you're getting things done and you're happy and you're joyful and you're like, heart is overflowing and you're pouring into people's lives. Like, imagine that every day. And then you can't help but want to pay that forward. And that's where people here decide, not only do I love this product and I have to tell everybody and pay it forward, but gosh, the rewards plan is incredible. So your first 30 days, you have an opportunity to rock out what we call the Go Challenge, earning $2,300 or more in your first 30 days. Guys, from a business mentor perspective, I can tell you this. When you can tell people what to do, how to do it, when to do it by, and how much you're going to earn, people are all in. They're like, yes, who can't use $2,300 in their first 30 days? Like, I'm looking to buy a refrigerator, right? Like, if I'm like looking to buy a refrigerator and $2,300, I'm like, I could buy a refrigerator with that money. You know what I mean? And so anybody could use that. Also, the Go Challenge helps you to build a real strong foundation for your business so you can build the rest of your house, is what I like to call it. Now, the best ways to get started, here's what's really cool. I'm going to talk about our SmartShip program real quick, and then how to get started as a promoter. And then I'm going to send you back to the person who invited you here. And guess what? We're probably going to connect with each other. I want to be talking to everybody who is interested in getting started and the person that invited you, because we work together. Nobody does any of this by yourselves ever. Like, I did not build any of this by myself. I have the help of other people. And so will you. You don't have to know what to say, how to say it, or what. We've got it all for you. But here's what's really cool. So our customers and our promoters, like, this is like huge, okay? So we've got a SmartShip program. So if you were to go place an order today as a customer, you would select today and SmartShip. Your order would go out this day next month. So you'd save 22% on your SmartShip cart. What I mean by that is you can load that sucker up before it ships out and save 22% on as much product as you want. So that's really cool. I have a lot of customers who like load up with like 5-6 boxes of ketones and keto cream and all this stuff to save 22% off. So that's number one. Number two, every fourth SmartShip shipment that your ketones ship out, you get a free box or a bundle. It's whatever the company's giving out that month, but my first month was max. You get a free box or a bundle with your SmartShip shipment. That is awesome, guys. You're going to get free ketones every fourth SmartShip shipment. Then customers get a customer referral link. So when they get 2 friends on SmartShip, which us as promoters, we help them do that, then they get Prüvit bucks. It's like virtual money, and it applies towards their SmartShip cart, and then they can get their ketones for free. Like, how cool is that? So I have a lot of customers who get their ketones for free, and they just love life, and it's changing the game of their life. So that's our customer rewards, like customer free product program. But guess what? Us as promoters, we get the same thing. So why would someone want to become a promoter, beyond being a customer and getting all the same benefits? Because we want to take advantage of the rewards plan, which is the Go Challenge, your $2,300 in your first 30 days. And also your income and your volume will keep exponentially growing if you just keep sharing how you're feeling or sharing the other stories among our community and inviting people to take ketones for a test drive, get a 5 or a 10-day experience pack. That's how we pretty much all started. And so then as a promoter, this is really cool. It's only $37 for the whole year to be a promoter. Like, there's no additional monthly fees or website fees or maintenance fees or hidden fees. Also with SmartShip, you can edit it at any time. You can cancel, put on hold, whatever. But why would you want to do that when you can get free ketones every 4th shipment, right? So, so as a promoter, we've got an extensive rewards program. I mean, there are so many layers in which we get paid. It is completely, absolutely awesome. There is a car bonus program, an $800 a month, and a $1,300 a month car bonus program, which is absolutely incredible as well. And we've already got a few people on our team, including myself, getting started on that program as well. So let me see. In addition to that, so here's the best way to get started as a promoter. Here's how I got started. The best way to get started is $37 as a promoter and to purchase a promoter pack. Okay, so there's 3 promoter packs, but the top 2 are where you get to take advantage and maximize the pay plan, as I like to say. If you're going to put forth the work, effort, and energy, you may as well maximize all of what you're going to get paid to do it, right? The other cool thing is, when you open your mouth about ketones, what did I say? People are going to want them. So it gives you 200 samples of different varieties. So like the Max Experience Pack is what I got started with. It gives you Maui Punch, Swiss Cacao, and the Raspberry Lemonade. So that way you have samples to sell to people in 5 or 10-day experience packs. The more of those you get out in the marketplace, the more people are going to be like, oh my gosh, I have to have this. And then will help you turn them into a customer through your website. Or some people are just like, hey, I want to do what you do, and you'll just point them right into your website. And then sometimes I give people a few for free of different flavors. And we can talk more about those details as we start to have a conversation with you and the best ways to get you started. But that's the best way to get you started. You get double direct commissions in your first 30 days, and you get what we call rank 5 pay in your first full year. That just basically means if you were to go get a job today and they're like, this is what you're going to get paid your first year, and this is what you're going to get paid your 5th year, you're just going to move right up to getting paid like what you get paid your 5th year. So you just get paid more on everything that you're doing, right? So it's maximizing the pay plan for your efforts. And our business is all based on volume. There's no legs or binaries or any cross anything. It's volume is volume. A customer and a promoter, anyone who creates volume is all volume. And the more impact you're making in the marketplace, the more volume you're creating in your business, and the more volume you're creating, honestly, the more income that you're making. And so it all starts with, what do you know about ketones and ketosis? Sharing that campfire video, saying, hey, here's a few ways to get started. What's a good fit for you? Great. Let's get you these samples out. And that starts the process right there. It's literally that simple. All day long, every single day, there's messages coming at all of us that are here as promoters. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. You might have to time manage yourself because so many people are going to knock down your door and want ketones. I have people who pull up to my driveway who need a 10-pack of ketones until their shipment gets, so it's pretty fun. So that's the best way to get started. And I just really say invest in yourself, invest in your business, invest in your future, invest in the people that you can pay this forward to. And when you have 200 samples, I promise you, we're going to help you blow through those puppies in your first, probably 2 weeks. Like for me and most people that we get started, like our goal is like, hey, let's help you get those reserved and sold before that package even gets to your doorstep. And that's really the magic of what will happen if you just take massive action. You're excited, you want to share ketones, and go from there. And so that's the best way to get started. There are a few other ways, like for people to kind of, get in where they fit in, and we can talk about that if you guys are interested. But that helps you just get started right out of the gate with everything that you need. Because a lot of times if people don't get started with that, what happens? They start talking about ketones, and then who was saying that? It was Camila, where she was like, oh my gosh, Shelly, everybody wants these and I don't have any samples. What am I going to do? Right? And so that's what starts to happen. And that's like the best challenge ever. So that's the best way to get started. And then also we've got some Facebook team page groups. So you're never going to be alone there. You're going to be in a Facebook group chat with myself and the person who invited you here, and Steph, Steve, and Raj. You're going to have a support team. Literally 24/7. You're going to have people that are working for you, working with you, and we will help you do literally everything. And you learn by taking action. That's how you learn here. You earn as you learn. And so did I forget anything here? Let me read some of these comments. Yes. Okay. So someone said, can you talk about why it's beneficial to sign up as a promoter with the promoter pack? And just let me know, Nikki, that I covered all those points that you were thinking about as well. But it is important, because we have had people who sign up without a promoter pack, and then guess what happens? They need samples. So then they're like, I wish I would have signed up with a promoter pack, right? So then they go and get one, so that way they can sell those. And what's really cool, you guys, is you're selling your samples. They're a lead generation tool. That's what they are. And as you start earning Prüvit bucks, because you're a promoter and you're going to get ketones for free, you can get those ketones mailed to you once you get your business rolling, right? And you get people starting to purchase, and then you can sell those ketones. And now you're going to get 100% profit for the ones that you got for free. You can use them or sell them or give them away. But it really is the best to get started with the promoter pack. It just sets you up for success right out of the gate. Really, really it does. And then the other question is, let me read this really quick. Okay, I may have to take this offline, but it says, what are the exact steps to earn $2,300 in our first month? What do you do if you can't invest for an experience pack? Steps. Okay, so the exact steps. So for the person who's asking this, or anyone else who's wondering, like, what do we need to do to earn that $2,300? We call it the Go Challenge. And the person that invited you here, reach out to them, or I'll send it to you, Yvonne. It's what there's a website, and then you can scroll down and there's a video that explains it. It can play out in a few different scenarios. I'm like the Vanna White of the Go Challenge document. But basically when you enroll, then you have 14 days until either you click the go button because you have a few customers to sign up, or it will click for you on day 14. That starts your Go Challenge. Then you have 14 days to rock out your Go Pro requirements, and that gets you bonuses and Prüvit bucks and earned commissions and things like that. So you have 14 days from the Go button hit to achieve those, and then you have a total of 30 days to achieve the Go MVP. So this is a $250 bonus. This is a $500 bonus, plus you're earning commissions and you're earning Prüvit bucks. And so the total of it would be $2,300. And then you've got your first 120 days. So don't forget about that. And that's called Go All-Star. You'll earn $1,000 to help 5 people go MVP. But remember, you're not going to do it alone, right? I'm going to be here and our support team's going to be here to help you. So, and so you can look at the requirements. They could play out differently, but Go Pro is at least 2 customers. Go MVP is at least 4. But we can talk about that more in detail once you get started and kind of, launching your business and kind of what that could look like. And I'll share with you what that looked like for me. We've had some people do it with all customers. We've had some people do it with a mix of customers and promoters. And then the other question was, what do you do if you can't invest in the promoter pack? Well, I'll tell you, you pretend like you just invested in it. Okay, now I'm gonna preach it. Are you ready? You pretend like you just invested in your business in that fashion, and you put a time frame to it, and you say, in the next 7 days, I am going big. I am all in. I'm going to follow Shelly's launch strategy document, and I'm going to do all 5 things. We call it our 5-point business launch strategy. And I'm going to go all out like I just spent that money, because I've got 200 samples coming to me, and I'm going to reserve every single one of them to get into people's mouths, right? So you reserve them in 5 or 10-day experience packs. And that's what you do. That's exactly what you do. So that way, in 7 days, you've accumulated all of this money from people, right? Like, I've accumulated $700 in 2 days, guys, from samples. It sometimes blows my mind. I'll log into my PayPal. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that? That is crazy town, right? So I've done a few posts where I'm like, hey, you want to make $700 in 2 days? Sell ketone samples. And so you can accumulate, put people's names down, reserve their 5 or 10-day experience pack. At the end of 7 days, add up what you got, and you go invest in it. So some people, you might have to put in more money. Some people have earned even more than what those experience promoter packs are. So, and those are like the starter packs, guys, that's giving you 200. And so that's what you do. You can pre-sell and pre-reserve those packs, but you have to lead with heart. You have to have such a strong desire that you're like, I want this. I want to be a part of this. I know I can do this. I've got all the right tools. I've got all the right people. And you just go, you just put the horse blinders on and you go big, right? And that's what it comes down to. And whether you've spent the money or you're pre-selling it, I feel like the energy, the effort, the ethic of it all is all the same. It's scary to invest in a business, and especially in 200 samples, because you're like, people are gonna buy these, but they are. I mean, you've got people on here who have sold thousands and thousands and thousands in samples. If I were to kind of think about how many sample packs I've now sold, I have it in a spreadsheet here on my computer. Hundreds and hundreds of 5 and 10-day sample packs. All because I'm just always putting it out there. Hey guys, you've got to test drive these right now. I have a limited supply, because I usually do, right? Especially if you have 200, you only have 200. So that's what I encourage you to do. You just go balls to the walls, crazy. You make it happen. And that's really what you can do. And so I say, you know, you pick a start date, you launch your business, you follow our 5-step business launch strategy plan, you go big, and then you say in 7 days, I'm going to cut it off. And what I have is what I have, and I'm going to get started then. But I just say, well, I'm going to stop saying what I'm going to say because it's been a long night, and you guys, we spent a lot of time together, and I hope that this was helpful, and this was a lot of information. I love sharing the stories because I love having you guys who are listening in and maybe thinking if this is a good fit for you in your life and your lifestyle and your future, and helping you to, you know, maybe just earn $500 to $1,000 a month. That's where most people start, you guys. Okay. And then you can start dreaming bigger from there because you have a vehicle to now point your life in a direction where you can actually take it to places that maybe you never even thought of before. And you're feeling so awesome that you just can't stop. You're unstoppable. You become unstoppable. And then when you surround yourself with amazing people like this, like, you have all the keys to success. You truly do. And so I just want to thank you for being with us tonight. I want to encourage you to really reach down inside of yourself and think about, what do you want your life to look like 6 months from now? 12 months from now, 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now, right? That could this thing not only help you feel amazing every day, but take you to new places that really create an amazing life for your family and yourself, and really help you to level up as a human being and evolve to places that you can reach your full potential. So I am telling you that this is a place that can do it for you, and we're here to help you, and you will never be alone. And I invite you to join us, and it's going to be so incredibly awesome. It's going to really blow your mind, and you're going to wake up, feet hit the floor every day, and you're going to be excited for life. And I'm telling you this because every single one of these people that I'm seeing on here, I know do that. Okay? So we want to help you do that too. Okay, guys, this has been awesome. I see a few other questions on here, and the people that I know, I'm going to reach out and answer that question. And I'm just excited. So I hope that we have some incredible people to welcome to our community here in the next few days. I hope that we can all get a chance to chat and have a conversation, and we'll keep going from there, keep going and growing together, and the best is yet to come. Thank you, everybody. Good night. God bless. We'll see ya tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.